For Sports and Combos Collide. I am your host, Fredo.
Your host, Mo Money.
I'm your host, the Cobra.
Oh, where you at, baby?
Oh, my bad. I couldn't hear you. I'm your host, Old Dog. What's happening, fellas?
Nothing much, man. We doing good, man. Look here, we got two special guests that's rolling with us, man. We got DC basketball legend Daryl Prue rocking with us tonight, and we got G from the shop, man. What up, fellas?
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Hey, man, we doing great, bro, man. We blessed to have you guys here, man. Look here, we ain't gonna even waste no time. We about to just get right to it right now, man. Look here. Is there a racial component to the Caitlin Clark hate? Obviously, that's been in the news all week. You know what I'm saying? In terms of that, in terms of her getting fouled very hard from the Chicago Sky player, what have you. Media making a big deal out of it. And I just want to get you guys taking perspective on that, man. Starting with you, Prue.
I mean, everything is a racial component with her. You know what I mean? Like, it's the problem I got is everybody else can get hit but her. You know what I mean? And I look at the WNBA as the old 80s and 90s basketball. You remember when y'all were younger and y'all play against the older dudes, and the older dudes would do all that stuff to you? You know what I mean? To keep you in your spot until you earned your way. That's all that is. You know what I mean? It's just like the new guys in the NBA don't do it no more, so they don't see it. Or they throw them out, they call fouls and stuff, but that's all it is. You got to earn your keep. You know what I mean? They testing her. Right. Sherman Douglas told me back in the day, he said, man, you had to guard on those fast guards. What you do, you hit them. You hit them to see if they come back. If they come back, you got a long night. Right. If not, you know what I mean? Then, like, what's the difference between her getting bumped and the girl fall down and Angel Reese getting elbow in the chest? You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference? You know what I mean? We okay with the big black girl getting hit in the chest, but the so-called savior, you know what I mean? You're like, yeah, she's bringing a lot of money. I get it, but you don't like, okay, I'm gonna let her do whatever she wants because she's bringing more attention to the league and helping us get more money. No, you got to earn your keep.
I agree. What you got, G?
No, she a white girl. It was pumped up by the media when her and Angel Reese was going at it. It was magnified when Angel Reese did whatever she did, but they ain't magnified like that when Caitlin Clark did it. But the thing is, they seen how much Angel Reese made on them NILs and all off the court. And they said, man, we're gonna put all this media attention behind this great white hope, just like they did Larry Bird. You know what I'm saying? And it's a business move. What I do look at, I don't look at it like racial. I look at it like hooping. And when you call somebody white girl or white boy on the court, we ain't being racist. We just saying, and around the way, white girl or the white dude barbecue you gonna hear from your mans in them. You know what I'm saying? So they see her getting all this notoriety. These the best young ladies in the world playing in this league. So they know damn well they can boogie with her too. And that's what she got a target on her back from getting all this money and notoriety. And she's had, for real, I look at her kind of like Larry Bird on this tip too. You don't hear her too much complaining or crying victims neither. So I like Shawty, man. And I think she's going to be fine. And what it is too, you said Sherman Douglas told you what my father told me. I'm lighting the ass. I was lighting the ass on the court, pause. And I was getting pushed around. And with her, she pulling up out after half court. You better push her ass in the back court, man. Do whatever. That's part of basketball. Non-basketball players is part of basketball. And it was a disrespectful play out of respect because she can boogie.
Yeah, the girl can play. That's the thing. You can't say she's not good. Like that she took that sorry ass team to the finals. You know what I mean? Like she's like, let's be real. You know what I mean? Like who else do we know on Iowa's team? Nobody. She had.
I don't know, man. Mo told me that Center scored 50 points this year, and I was about to bet him. Come to find out, he was right. I was like, damn.
Yeah, she probably was wide the fuck open. She was she didn't do that shit against fucking South Carolina.
Nah.
She got
Right about that.
Nah, she did.
Hey, fellas, any one of y'all jump in, man. I just wanted to get to them first.
Go ahead, Mo Money.
Nah, I mean, like Pure said, it's always a racial component. This America, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's paying your dues. And then I'm gonna take it in a different direction. Why you paying them dues? Sometimes you gotta be humble. If you look at it, she giving as much as she taking as far as the verbal banter. She's celebrating, she doing all that stuff. So if you campaigning like that, you gotta be prepared for what's coming next.
Good perspective, bro.
That's what G said. She's not complaining. That's the thing. So it's just all the other people. Everybody got a voice nowadays. So you know what I mean. But
Facts.
It's it's a little white girl, and that's G said it. She ain't said a damn word about getting hit.
She haven't, man.
Nah, you know why? Because she's a hooper. You could tell.
Yeah.
She gonna talk, and she can handle the talk back too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're right. What you got? Oh,
I ain't got nothing. I think the OGs pretty much said it all. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we already know what it is, so it ain't even really no question. Like, yeah, she's white, so that's the reason why it's getting more notoriety or whatever. But when motherfuckers was cussing out Skylar Diggs and Diana Taurasi and was talking shit, doing this, and that, and Candace Parker went through it, it wasn't no big topic. And what Monica McNutt said the other day to Stephen A., she kept it a buck. She said, motherfucker, you wasn't talking about this shit 3 years ago. Don't talk about, who did such and such on what platform. Like, motherfucker, if you really was talking about it back then you could have, like she said, you could have did this shit 3 years ago. So, I mean, certain shit I don't even really feel like we need to waste our time talking about. That shit is obvious. You know what I'm saying? She's a white girl, but at the end of the day, she can boogie. And like my man G said, well, if she's getting compared to fucking Larry Bird, then obviously she's out there cooking motherfuckers. Because Larry Bird used to cook. So I don't give a fuck. So, all that other shit don't.
And Larry Bird ain't want no white boys checking him either.
So, damn right. Hey, Pew,
bullshit, bro.
Damn right. So I'm agreeing with what G said. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fact is you can tell she knows she can boogie. And so she ain't complaining. Like she said, it was and she didn't say anything wrong. All she said was, Shawty hit me on a non-basketball play. But like we all know, true hoopers know that is a basketball play. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. She ain't complaining. So like
I do need to see one of her damn teammates run over.
I was just about to say that, G.
I need to see the next play.
Right, and that's what
I need to see
G. That's the one thing. Right, and that's the one thing I was disappointed with the young girl because Pew brought up South Carolina. Well, what the fuck is going on with Dawn Staley ain't teaching that? Because last time I checked, the last #1 pick came from South Carolina, and she should have been the first one over there.
No, but not only that, in basketball, when you get fouled like that, the very next play you get a chance to, you get your get back.
Go right back.
You know
That's right.
And I'm not saying Caitlin Clark should do that because that's not why they paying her. But
You're
one of her damn teammates need to do that.
Off the rip.
The biggest problem is what place were they in last year?
Last.
Bunch of fucking losers. You have some winners. Winners, like my man said, the winners will step up and hit her ass. You know what I mean? They ain't there yet. You know what I mean? Yeah. She can't carry them. All them, she throwing dimes when they dropping it, missing layups and shit. They ain't no winners. They ain't ready. You know what I mean? So, half of that shit is because of that. It's a deeper issue than, somebody's supposed to go knock her ass down. Somebody's supposed to go help her ass up. But when you're used to losing, you have that losing mentality, you don't think about nobody else. And she came in with all that notoriety. And like I went to that shit at West Virginia. That shit was like, you motherfuckers was hating on the white boy we had on our team my freshman year. And this motherfucker could boogie. He end up leaving senior year, first team all that shit. He goes to the Lakers, tries out for the Lakers, made it, but he quit.
Damn.
He quit. He ain't love basketball like that.
Right.
And then he goes to the CBA Player of the Year. Goes back, blows out his knee. Come back again, blow out like one of the best shooters I've ever seen. But that wasn't his thing. His thing is race car. The Blaney's. Y'all heard of the Blaney's with the NASCAR and shit? That's one. He's a brother to them. So he's a race car, but like, he didn't have it. Like, and the niggas on the team was hating. I'm like, this motherfucker can play. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I said, but that was that losing mentality. You know what I mean? It's like, that motherfucker could play, and he cool. That was Boy, if you were cool and you could play, I'm like, he could play, and to this day we still cool. But that's like it's that shit you got to deal with, man, and jealousy. And how them girls are worse than dudes sometimes.
Oh yeah,
Real catty with it.
Yeah.
They showed it before she even got drafted. They said, wait till she get there. She gonna see.
Yeah, Taraji said it. Yeah.
But no, honestly, that's how when you see them get that much attention, and we done competed. Like if we I played against a top ranked Eddie Griffin coming out of Philly, and I knew I had to bring it that night. You know what I'm saying? He had a target on his back. He had 39 and about 6 dunks that game, but I had 17. I was cool with that. And I think Prue was there because that was that Doc's Gym AAU team we had, Prue.
Oh yeah,
with Forte on the team.
Yeah.
Oh, Joseph Forte. That's right. Yeah. Okay. You came up with Bogey and them. That's right. Bogey and Joe Forte.
I coached that team.
Yeah, Dallas, Coach Dallas, rest in peace.
Yeah.
Lamont.
Yeah.
Gary brother. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. That Doc's Gym days, man, legendary, man.
Yeah.
That shit.
What you got, Cole?
Brian Chase, Joe Forte. Yeah.
It's definitely a racial component to the Caitlin Clark thing. It definitely is, but that's a compliment to her as well. I mean, like all of you guys said, she can boogie, right? And she's white. And I mean, in sports, you got to think about it. Anytime you have somebody of a race that's not of the dominant race of that sport, there's more attention. There's more light shined on you. So she's a little white girl playing in a predominantly black sport, and she's actually growing the sport, making the sport more popular. So I mean, if you look at Tiger Woods in golf, the Williams sisters in tennis. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to get a more of a light shined on you when you're dominating in a sport that's predominantly another race than what you are. But I think the treatment of Caitlin Clark is a little mixture of competition, a little mixture of jealousy, and sprinkle with the race thing, with some hate. You know what I mean? You got some of the, like Taurasi. I don't think it came from a malice place. I think Taurasi has that mindset like the great players that we've seen over the years, and she wants to see where Shorty game is. She want to check her temperature. She want to let her know that the WNBA, that we're women, we're pros, we do this. We were also the best players coming out of college too. So when you come to the WNBA, you're going to have to show me where your game is. We're not just going to go off your press clippings and with the media saying about you. You're going to have to show me on the hardwood. But then you have other women like what we saw the other day. What's her name? Kennedy Carter. Never heard of her a day in my life until she snuck up on Caitlin Clark and hit her with the non-basketball play. And that was a non-basketball play. Let's just think of it like this. Caitlin Clark didn't know it was coming. She didn't see it coming. She wasn't bracing for it or anything. Little checks like that could have caused an injury just because she wasn't ready for a hit like that. And let's say worst case scenario, let's say Shorty got hurt. She out for the season. Guess what? The ABC TV ratings that they've been celebrating so far this season, that's going down in the toilet. They had the highest rating for the WNBA draft this year because of Caitlin Clark. They had record-breaking attendance at all of the WNBA stadiums this year because of Caitlin Clark. That's going down in the trash. So people gotta understand that. Look, not only you can compete against her, you can even be physical with her. But when it's the extra shit, come on, man, leave that alone because Shorty is the golden goose. She getting paid.
They fucking up the bread. Don't fuck up the bread, dumbass. If anything, go at her ass and cook her ass so you get your bread up. Don't do no.
So I know the girl on the interview said, what does Caitlin Clark bring to the table except threes? She bringing food to the fucking table. That's what she bringing.
Airplanes.
She bringing everybody pull your chair up to the table and eat. Eat with her. He's so hating. Eat with the girl.
That's that old That's that old Michael Jordan shit with the Pistons. Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
He ain't do nothing against us. He averaged 41 against y'all. Y'all was trying to fuck him up.
No bullshit.
Not trying. They did.
The air, yoking them, all kind of shit. That's all that shit is.
And look,
dog.
and ain't nobody saying that
Black and
Caitlin
white.
Clark is the best player in the WNBA yet. I mean, because she's not. She still she got to work. She got to get there. But I mean,
she made niggas watch her play in college.
Right. The reality is the Breonna Stewarts, the Alyssa Thomases, Asia Wilson, Skylar Diggins, Kelsey Plum, whoever you name, they didn't bring that type of attention to the game. How great they are, they didn't generate that type of attention. So you gotta salute Shorty and give her the respect for what she bringing to the WNBA game. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about coaches. You can have a coach cussing at you, calling you everything but the child of God. You got two different coaches doing it, but it's all about the spirit and the intention. One can be breaking you down to build you back up, and one can just strictly just don't like your ass and trying to break you down and trying to tear you down. And so this is what you see in the WNBA. You got some people competing against her, playing hard up in her chest. Then you got other people that just literally don't like the broad.
Yeah.
Really?
It ain't that. If you don't compete against her ass, she will bust your ass.
That's
fair.
That too, and a lot of that shit come from a lot of these young ladies knowing they can boogie too, and they pocket watching, man. And their accounts ain't the same as Caitlin Clark. So
half the no offense, but half of them act like men. So like. Not to change the story,
70%.
Hey,
G from the shop, I ain't say that.
But not to change the story, but just like Angel Reese, like it's niggas, it's dudes in this area hating on her. Oh, she's not going to do nothing in the WNBA.
Yeah.
I was like,
And we didn't draft.
I was a 3-time All-American and 2-time won the championships and lost. I said, I wish I could have done that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like she averaged a double, but she ain't got no moves.
Yeah, man.
Average a double.
She play hard than a motherfucker.
Play hard as shit.
Yeah, me and G went in the back and forth about it and stuff like that. I was just saying I wanted her to expand her game.
No,
I said the same, Fredo. I said the same.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, first year pro, it'll come. Once she figures all out and work with the right people. Like her father was a player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And her mother was a player. Her mother's in a Hall of Fame at UMBC.
Damn.
Nice.
I didn't even know that.
She rebounds like her mother, and she nasty like her father. You know what I mean?
She got that dog in her.
Yeah, that's her father. That's that fucking Southeast shit.
Okay. I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, but look, salute to that whole rookie class because it's not just Caitlin Clark. They're like a group. They bringing attention to the WNBA together. I mean, Caitlin Clark is the star. She's leading the way. She's Michael Jackson in this Jackson 5. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? And because Angel Reese, I think she felt some type of way. She like, people come to see me too. And I was like,
Cameron
Brink come to see you, Otis. You know what I mean? but collectively though, all of them, Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, Cardoza, and then you still got one in college that people really love in Paige Beckers. I think. You know, she has a big following too. And when she comes to the WNBA, she's going to be part of that mob that's going to bring a lot of interest and support to the game.
That's right. Talking about Juju.
Juju got a few years. Juju got a few years. Paige graduate next year.
WNBA is in a good spot right now. Mm-hmm. And they know it. And they're trying to capitalize on it.
Well, they better, man.
As they should.
They're not going to get as much as a league because it's only 2 months. Like, let's be real. You know what I mean? Like, they only do two or 3 months. You know what I mean? And 25 to 30 games, they're not going to get a whole bunch of money. It's going to be.
Let me ask you guys this though: Should they move the season back? Because, like, I give you guys a perfect example. We ain't got to expand on this too long. But like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese and them, right? They just finished a grueling tournament, and then 2 weeks later they getting drafted, and then they hit the training camp. I mean.
That's a part of it because they can't move the season to compete with football or got to compete with NCAA basketball. You got to compete with the NBA. So this is the perfect time for them. It's just the way it is. They be fine.
And it competes with their time to go over there overseas and make some real money. Caitlin Clark is the exception. Caitlin Clark might not even have to ever, get a passport.
Hello,
She can stay
Angel
over
Reese.
here and make that
Angel
money.
Reese too.
Modeling,
Angel
all
Reese
that stuff.
too.
Modeling and all that stuff.
Nah, but see, that's what happened. I'm telling you, man. They seen how much young Bobby was making that year after they won that joint, and they said, we're gonna put the Rocky Balboa. and she Rocky Balboa, the Great White Hope, man. It's a hell of a business move. And like you said, man, they ain't never been on TV this damn much, man.
Nah, yeah.
But I always watch ladies basketball, man. This is going back, man. Nikisha Sales in them, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
Shout out to my
I was thinking about you when he said Keisha Sales. I was like, okay, I banged for her, man.
I used to work.
Shout out Keisha. Shout out to my sister Shamika. Love. You already know that.
When I was
some of the young pioneers that paved the way for these young to do their thing.
Yes,
so
sir.
So when I was coming, I came back from overseas one year, and this right before I started at Georgetown, I used to work out with Shamika Holesclaw at the run and shoot, and me and her be on the court by ourselves. I'm glad we by ourselves because this motherfucking bitch is wearing my ass out. Court one-on-one, she hit me with the in and out and shit. I'm like, God damn.
No,
You know what I mean? Fucking me up over there. I was like, I'm glad we over here by ourselves and shit.
No, but see
this shit.
I remember the young lady from around like Nikki Teasley, straight boogie. You know what I'm saying? Monique Curry.
Yeah,
coming out of Bullets
too. Yeah.
Yes. And y'all from Alexandria, some of y'all from Alexandria, Tierra Ruffin Pratt.
Come on, man. Tierra Ruffin Pratt.
You know what I'm saying? And my sis, Rebecca Brunson won 5 NBA championships, WNBA championships.
Yeah, she did with Minnesota. Hey, Waterboy Network said with the NIL, the top college women are coming in with more bread than WNBA vets.
It's a fact.
Yeah, you got a point.
I don't know about that one because they making a grip overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they are.
They're making a grip overseas. Yeah.
It depends on the college.
Like that Angel Reese bread.
Yeah, man. NIL bread is sick,
like,
man.
You gotta understand, them girls are making it for a minute. So
total net worth. Yeah.
Nah, but you starting to see different.
Nah, buddy.
They coming in not broke. I tell you that.
But you starting to see different little things they getting sponsored by or getting paid by. You're getting panties and broad deals now. Men can't go get that. You know what I'm saying? They can get the genuine jockey Haynes jump, but.
Hey, let me get you guys NBA prediction, NBA Finals prediction, man, with Dallas Mavericks and playing the Boston Celtics tomorrow night. And you guys can go ahead and elaborate in terms of reasons why as well, man. Starting with you, G. Who you got?
I can't bet against Uncle Drew. Uncle Drew's top 5 I ever seen play basketball flat out. I don't care about errors or nothing. He's a perfect basketball player. I want to see them win in Boston Game 7 just for him. But I'm also rooting for the Celtics because they got my man Tony Dobbins over there as assistant coach on the bench. But I think the Celtics have lost enough to figure out how to win. Drew Holiday and Derek White gonna be the key. But shoot, I don't know, man. Uncle Drew, man, got something to prove, man. Luka, god damn, he an assassin, man.
You ain't never lied, man. Yes, he is. Certified assassin. What you got, Pro?
Man, I'm like him. So my man Keith Vinny's on that Dallas staff. West Virginia alum. Yeah, my man.
The sniper.
The West Virginia alum is the head coach. You know, you got Tony Thomas and my man Sam Cassell. You know, but like he said, that guard play at fucking Dallas, dog, it's gonna be hard to beat. I want Boston to win, but I don't know if Boston guard play can match, Kyrie and Luka. You know what I mean? Somebody else gonna have to do something.
Don't Boston have the guard matchups to guard them? Like I said, with Derek White and Drew Holiday.
Who they gonna guard?
not that motherfucker named Drew.
Try to guard.
You hear G said top 5 ever he's seen.
Money Mo, get him Money Mo.
Hey.
Get him Money Mo.
I don't know. I don't know if he's top 5 or not. He said he's top 5, but he a damn great player and got a lot of shit with. You got to deal with that, and you got to deal with Luka. So then Luka can post up too.
He can.
And they got them high jumping motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Boston can switch. Boston can switch. See, Boston can switch pretty much 1 through 5.
Tatum ain't guarding shit.
Nah, he ain't gonna.
No, he not guard.
Jaylen Brown gonna guard, but then now you take that shit away. You know, like Luka ain't gonna guard nobody, but he got, like he said, got them big athletic motherfuckers behind him that's gonna do.
Luka was guarding in that last series too.
Huh?
Shockingly.
Who?
Luka was guarding in that last series. Shockingly though.
Yeah,
Nah, it's
He's
easy
guarding.
when
He's
you know you
guarding
got
Conley.
He's not a
When you
great
got-
defender, but he put forward the effort,
The
though.
effort.
Conley's 37 years old. So
You know what I'm saying? He guarding
yeah,
Conley.
yeah. He's the same. He ain't the same. He's the same 25-year-old Conley.
Nah,
What you got, Mo?
I mean, my issue with that is there is not a consistent third scorer in Dallas. When you look at the Celtics, 1 through, I say 6 can give you 15, 20 points. I don't know where that's gonna come from in Dallas. And you could give Kyrie 50 and you could let Luka go off of 50. They still ain't gonna outscore Boston. It's not, they don't have enough scoring from the other guys.
Boston
Good
Boston
perspective,
scored
bro.
against the fucking Cavaliers.
And on top of that, let me tell you
And
this.
the Knicks. The Knicks
Gafford,
got one score.
Gafford and Lively not gonna be able to sit in the paint. They're gonna have to guard the perimeter. So when Boston come to spread you 5 out, because they got 5 certified shooters, and they can't just live in the paint. So if you look at the Minnesota game when they playing Rudy Gobert, they didn't put him into action but 2 games. So the other guys who was catching all them lobs, they could sag. They weren't playing any defense.
Right.
Drew Holiday cannot stop. He cannot stop Kyrie Irving, but he can make it damn hard on him. He can make it real hard on him. He can make him work. He can make him work, right? And that's the key with any series. It's 7 games. You got to make them work. So, and Derek White as well. They can make them work.
He's a key.
It ain't gonna be no easy. It's not gonna be no easy matchup. He gonna make him earn his money. Now, is he gonna get off on him? Probably, but he gonna be tired doing it.
So who you taking, Money Mo?
I'm taking Boston.
Okay.
I'm taking Boston.
What you got? Oh,
Fuck Jason Tatum. That nigga cost me bread the last time I bet on that nigga. And that nigga ain't no way you call yourself an NBA pro, nigga, and you don't score no points or no buckets in the fourth quarter, as we seen last year or whatever the fuck when he was in the finals the last time. So that's what I'm saying. I'm judging Jason Tatum on what the fuck he do this whole series. All that shit he did before, that shit don't mean nothing. What you do in the biggest game, that's what I want to see. Because last time we all seen Jason Tatum in the finals, in that last game he played
against Golden State. Yeah.
Go to at Money Mo. You big on stats. What he do?
Not a damn thing. I ain't gotta look that up.
Right. So don't sit up there and talk about no Jason Tatum or no guard play, nigga. Because he ain't did shit. No motherfucking time. So let's see what he does. I'm all about what have you done for me lately? What have you done in your last game? And the last time I seen him play in the finals, he ain't do shit. So I want to see what he gonna do. So with that being said, I'm going with motherfucking Uncle Drew and all them, and I'm going with Dallas. I'm rocking with Dallas. I'm rocking with Mark Cuban. He made them adjustments. He got them motherfuckers up out of there that was hating. Got a black CEO running the whole motherfucking joint. I don't know if y'all know that.
Yes.
Look that up.
Nico,
a black CEO, a black older woman running that whole ship down. And that's who I'm rocking with. Fuck all that.
The GM used to be in charge of Nike
fuck Logan Airport. All that shit. I don't want nothing to do with it. Fuck. That's what
you gonna call?
Hey, Obi, lots of live shit.
Obi,
I'm going with the Mavs. And I'm gonna piggyback off what O said. You know, right now I don't trust Jason Tatum just because of the sample size that we've seen of him in some of the big moments. We all know how great of a player he is, how dynamic he is. But
don't say we all know, nigga. No.
But he has come up small in big moments. So we do need to see him.
What we judging people off of?
Yeah,
we got to judge them off what they doing in the big game.
Yeah, so we need to see him.
You just said that niggas was playing against Cleveland. He ain't playing in the intramural league.
Yeah, so we need to see what he does here. But I just trust Luka and Kyrie more, and I like their offensive game. I like their offensive approach better than Boston, because I think we talked about it before. Boston live by the 3 and die by the 3. You know what I mean? If they on, they a problem. If they off, you know what I mean, not so much. And I think Luka and Kyrie, even though they shoot threes as well, but their mid-range game is elite. You know what I mean? They know how to get to their spots. They know how to get easy buckets when they have to. They know how to get all the way to the bucket when they have to. I think Jason Tatum and even Jaylen Brown at times, they fall in love with the three-point shot. But at the end of the day, I think the game will probably be decided by the role players.
Washington, we need you, Washington. You got to hit some big buckets.
Is PJ Washington gonna knock him down? It's what's my man the dunker that can he shoot threes too?
Dirk
Lively or Gabbert?
No,
Derek.
The high jumping motherfucker from the Bulls.
Derek Jones.
Yeah,
Derek Jones.
Yeah.
So you got
who's gotten better.
PJ and Derek Jones. You know how they going to play? Are they going to be knocking down their perimeter shots? You know what I mean? How they going to play? I think that Gafford and Lively, I think that they're going to dominate the paint because of their size and athleticism, you know, and their physicality. I don't know if Porzingis is going to be available. He would help Boston. He is. So he'll help Boston out a lot. But at the end of the day,
he's going to stretch that floor.
Yeah, at the end of the day, if we just shrink this series down to a 2-on-2 match between Kyrie Luka versus Brown and Tatum, I trust Kyrie and Luka more. And then also the last piece of the puzzle, I think the Mavs are better coached than the Celtics. I think Jason Kidd is an excellent coach. I think he's doing a great job, and I think he makes the better adjustments throughout a series, even throughout a game. I don't respect Boston coach. I haven't seen what he's brought to the table since he's been.
I don't agree with that, Cole. Now you trip.
No, I don't. I haven't seen what he brought to the table. He doesn't make adjustments. If you ask me, you know, if I'm watching the game, it don't look like he made the necessary adjustments. It look like he tell him go just shoot as many threes as you want. You know what I mean? Just fire them motherfuckers up, see what happens.
Come on, man. I'll be doing my West Virginia brother like that, man.
Yeah, I know. He a WV boy, and I think he snitched on your man to get the job. But that's for another time. That's for another episode.
That was the ring camera, man.
That dude sabotaged himself. That dude sabotaged himself.
No question.
All right, so we got everybody's perspective.
Fuck your boss's wife, dog.
Yeah, my heart is with Dallas Mavericks. In terms, it seems like my money is going with Boston, though, man. I'm somewhat, and it's all because of the reasons Mo just elaborated on, man. I think Boston's got a lot for them or what have you, and from 1 through 6, man. And at the end of the day, when you look at Boston role players opposed to Dallas, it doesn't cancel each other out. I give the advantage to Boston, and I think that's what it's going to come down to at the end of the day.
Boston struggled against the Pacers without their best player.
Yeah.
And the Cavaliers.
Yeah, and the Cavaliers too, bro. Yeah,
and the Knicks without.
But let me ask you guys something. You know, for the whole crew, Boston? Who gonna check Luka? You gonna put Brown on him?
It don't matter who check.
It don't matter.
It don't matter, bro. He gonna get his.
No, Kobe. It does matter, Kobe. It does matter, fellas, because of the simple fact is Luka is big on drawing fouls. Fuck you talking about? It don't matter. So now if you put Brown on him, Luka going to be. Now you take the chance of Brown getting in foul trouble early. What you talking about? Luka draw fouls big time. So if you put Brown on him, you take the chance of getting him in foul trouble. What you mean? You don't think that's gonna play a part?
It don't matter. Even if they try to go
on the court,
it don't even matter. They're gonna try to even if they go pick and roll or what have you. I don't know if it's gonna matter.
But you're right though, O.
Because you're right. He's gonna switch everything.
But he gonna get his. It don't matter. It
don't matter. But what I'm saying is,
but you taking Jaylen Brown off the court for the offensive end.
Money Mo, I ain't saying he ain't gonna get it, but what I'm saying is, you right. But it's a difference when you got to check a motherfucker like that all
Right.
game, or you got to check him. But I'm saying, yeah, he gonna have to try. He probably gonna have to pick his spots when he gonna check him. You know what I'm saying? But if you try to go out and try to check somebody, one of them gonna get in foul trouble.
He
Right.
does say
If
put
he try
Horford
to
on.
play-
His feet are better than good.
Put Horford on who?
He said put Horford on.
Hey, B-Dub, man, we got a great relationship going now. You want out? Come on, B-Dub.
Hey, B, come on, bro.
Hey, B-Dub, go to Woodrow Wilson. All first.
Jump off that.
Head first.
Hey, B,
No
Dub,
bullshit.
he was smoking that K2 when he typed that one.
No
Chris.
question.
Yeah,
Hey, B-Dub,
man.
you know the dispensaries is recreational out here where I'm at. Do you need some gummies, man?
No bullshit. Hey, look here, guys. We about to get to an interesting point, man. Last week, man, O brought up a great conversation about the current state of AAU, and we had great conversations. We got great feedback from it as well, especially from these two special guests that we have on vibing with us tonight, man. And we wanted to add a part 2 to that because it is some questions that I actually wanted to throw out there as well. But actually, starting with you, Prue, I just want you to pretty much go ahead and elaborate on, or just jump in terms of, how do you feel about the current state of AAU, and G, you just follow up on that, man. Take your time with it.
It's too many teams. It's too many teams, too many non-coaches. So I work out people here and there. Sometimes this depends on how serious they are, or somebody's friends, kids, or whatever. So I work this kid out, her daughter, and I asked to come to a practice so I could see, what's going on. He said no. He's like, come to a game. I ain't trying to spend $25, $30 fucking dollars to come to a game just to see what she can do. Well, tell him that he can call me and talk to me. I don't want to talk to you about it. I want to see what I need to do. I don't want you to tell me. So I'm applying for all these college coaching jobs, and I get a call back from one of them. Guy, oh yeah, I just had to call you. We move in this direction, but I had to call you because of the respect I have for your resume. You know what I mean? Just for the respect. And it's Villanova. Not a little ass school. Like Villanova had to call me back. Oh, come watch a practice one day. Come up here whenever you're in town, or you want to come to a game, let me know. But I can't go watch a fucking AAU practice for 15 under girls. And I go to the game, it's like, everybody's yelling, we can start with the parents, but it's all these teams. It's too many fucking teams with non-coaches. I said this in the post before. There's too many people in basketball that's non-basketball people. Non-basketball people. You know what I mean? Like like when I had the TC Williams job, I kept Sean, he was in the building. I hired Tyrone Sally, played at West Virginia. I hired David Wingate. You know what I mean? I want people who were around, who played, so I could tell them something. Everybody's experience is different. Not saying people can't work their way up. I'll give you a chance to work your way up. But, I'm going to have other people around me where if I'm not there, I need somebody else there. But there's too much involvement from the parents by all these weak coaches, because the weak coaches let it happen because they don't know no better. You're not going to be behind me screaming to your daughter or your son about what to do, and I'm trying to tell them what to do. It don't work that way. You know what I mean? It don't work that way. I saw a man about to jump in the stands, jump on, like somebody got hit on the floor. His daughter got hit by another girl. And what the fuck you jumping up for? You know what I mean? It's just like it's just so much bad basketball. And again, you need more basketball people in basketball.
How do you feel about the skill set, DP?
First thing everybody do now is dribble. First thing everybody do is dribble. So every time a girl get the ball, first thing she do is dribble. She don't look up the floor. Everybody like they talk about me. They say, "Oh, you're a good outlet passer." No, I just look up first. Half a second to look up first. I see somebody else, I throw it to them. I don't take the 2 or 3 dribbles and throw it to them. You know what I mean? So it's like it's basketball has taken the simple part out of it and made it more. People go watch YouTube. So I know Kobe don't have to go watch YouTube to train somebody. I don't know G don't have to go watch YouTube to go train somebody. They can go on their past experiences, or whatever the kid need to work on. First thing they do, dribble through this cone, do. Okay, now what? You know what I mean? You're taking all these dribbles, and all these dribbles, you don't see nobody doing all that shit in college. Yeah, you watch we all watched the NBA growing up. I wanted to be Dr. J. I wanted to fly. Then I realized I can't stay in the air that long. Right. All right. Then I get to school. Now I figure out what I need to do. Try to figure out who I'm playing against, how I make it work. Somebody taught me the fundamentals. Nobody is teaching the fundamentals. That's the problem. Footwork, all that stuff. It's simple fundamentals, and the kids are struggling with it when they get to different levels. Because once they take away that other stuff they learn, what do? You know, everybody talking about, you know, they say about me, I was hard to stop. I was very fundamentally sound. You take one thing away, I just do the other thing. Now,
hey, G, what up?
If you take something away from these kids now, what they do? They shoot it. Same thing. Coached at Georgetown. The first group we had, they bought into everything. The John Wallaces, Jeff Green, Roy Hibbert, DeJuan Summers, all them. We did all this fundamental work on offense. That was a whole practice. Second group come in. I leave, go to Morgan, I come back. Chris Wright and them come in. And I'm like, John, they don't know the offense. I said, they'll run it, and if it gets jammed, the first thing they do is shoot. You know, the Princeton offense is, if you don't have a shot, you get somebody else a shot. Right. Now instead of getting somebody else a shot, you shooting. You get more attempts, yeah, but it's like it's stuck. And that's what AAU is now. They come down. If I'm gonna shoot it. If I ain't got a shot, I might pass it to somebody else. That's AAU. There's no fundamentals. Kids don't know how to pass because who's passing the ball to them? The trainer. You don't know how to rebound because who's rebounding for them? The fucking trainer. It's simple as sitting there rebounding for somebody. You can tell how the ball comes off, you know, this and that. Then you gotta make a good pass. There's none of that no more.
Right. What you got, G?
Well, it's easy to tell the kids that ain't got fundamentals and that do got fundamentals, because it is a lot that don't got that. It is a lot of dribbling the letters off the basketball. And just because you skilled at basketball don't mean you're a good basketball player. So it is easy to point them kids out that really pique your interest with them key type of high IQ plays, savviness. You know what I'm saying? But it is some good coaches out here. And it is like, I done had a great experience with the Washington Warriors AAU program with my son playing with them. I done had a great experience with New World when he played with them. I done had a great experience with Takeover. I done named a lot of teams, DC Premier. It ain't because we quit. That's a big problem with this AAU shit. A lot of people get caught in their feelings when they lose or look bad in tournaments. I done seen two key cogs on my son's team quit after we have a bad trip out spooking them. And a lot of life is losing. So you better get used to losing sometimes and go through that shit, because that's what I learned through basketball. It ain't AAU basketball ain't about the trophy. A lot of motherfuckers want to do the Instagram posts and all this goofy shit. My big thing is, and I heard y'all on the last episode talk about the parents be hooting and hollering. I'm the loudest motherfucker in the gym. I ain't even gonna hold you. But I'm the best cheerleader, and I'm gonna hold them accountable. I also coached them before. I had to take a step back and coaching my son because I ain't want to fuck up the relationship. But one thing I don't care about is the wins and losses in AAU basketball. I get pissed off when you don't compete, because you got to compete, because it's a lot of tournaments. That's what it is. It is too many motherfucking games.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have time to go to the gym all the time, play real 5-on-5. That's why every time we got off in the summer, I go out Potomac Landing on Sunday, take all G little youngins down there, and we do it like Doc's Gym Crew. Go to 7 game, all games to 7, man. Call your own foul. We ain't really trying to call foul. Taught the youngins how to really play full court basketball, checking the basketball up and everything. So you got, man, simplified. This is basketball. It ain't rocket science. And that's why the number one thing I taught my son off the break, starting basketball, use your motherfucking triple threat. Because I wasn't a dude that had all the handles. I just played hard as a mug. But I damn sure could get a bucket on two or three simple moves off the triple threat. And my son do that. He look up all the time like Prue talking about. And you gotta sit down and watch basketball and point out shit with these kids, man.
Yeah, but let me ask you, great perspective, guys. Let me ask you this, and I know before you guys jump in right quick, man. One of my other problems that I have with AAU is this reclassification shit. You know what I'm saying? These kids, they got these kids reclassifying at a high level, what have you. And then you got, like I said, then you got AAU coaches, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's I guess, what? Corresponding back and forth, you know what I'm saying, with these universities, college coaches and stuff like that, having these kids reclassifying. How do you guys feel about that?
That's been happening for years, but the whole time it became way more prevalent once that COVID shit hit. And I'm gonna tell you now, you got to be realistic, because my son was originally 2028. He is going to be 2029. He's staying back in 8th grade this year because the numbers are so watered down. And yeah, it's a lot of teams out here, but it is a lot of kids that can boogie. And a lot of them dudes in 2028, they were supposed to be in 2027. So the numbers get thrown off. So you do what's best for your kid. I know a kid right now that's same age, but he don't have to reclass. He's 6'8". He's going over there to BI, Bishop Ireton next year with my man, Dwayne. You know what I'm saying? So he don't got to. He in between, and I'm going to do the best to fool somebody and to give my son a scholarship. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Yeah, I ain't got no problem. I ain't got no problem someone reclassing the kid in the 7th, 8th grade. Half the time, body maturity. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's the ones that's doing it 2 or 3 times. You know what I mean? Like,
no, that's cheap. That's straight cheap.
That part.
Like, you know, back in the days, you know, we it was always niggas that was special ed, stayed back and shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, just to do that, you know, some dudes do it for rankings. Some dudes, like, now what we saying, a lot of dudes are reclassing up to get out of that shit because they want to go to college. You know what I mean?
Damn, bro.
Yeah, it's some niggas I know.
Real deal.
It's some niggas I'm like, you my age, but you got like 3 years after me.
Man, the bus wasn't picking them up, man. They was getting picked up in a minivan, man. I'm telling you. Ford Explorer.
We did, like in DC, we just had the Metro bus, so everybody got on the Metro bus, so we couldn't tell the difference. So
motherfucker had 17 teachers with 4 students.
It was all in the same class. Just had bad grades.
That shit up.
They had bad grades and shit.
Hey, so look, B-Dub said one thing I see in AAU is that kids have made it all individual and not the team. Plus, some kids, when they make a mistake, they look at the parents before they look at the coach. Damn. Yeah. Good perspective, bro.
No, but that go to prove what Prue said. A lot of these motherfuckers don't really understand basketball. They see a bucket and they think a kid is really good, and they ain't see all the offensive rebounds they done gave up. They ain't see the defensive rebounds. They just let a little dude just take the ball from them. They got my son called them. There's certain dudes on the team that just want a bucket, but they cones on defense, man. They cones, man.
But that goes back to, you know, the coaches are making them accountable. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like I don't know if kids watch highlights. They don't watch actual video games and pick up stuff. And I don't know if people teach them how to watch tape. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they put it on and shit, and they all sitting there and they laughing and joking, and you know what I mean? They can't pick out what led to that, what led to this. You know, it goes back to a lot of different things. You mentioned the programs. Washington Warriors do a good job of developing. Taj do a decent job over at New World. You know what I mean? Takeover, they do a pretty decent job. It's the 25 other ones just get a good play to just let them play. You know what I mean? And not develop. You know, it's just like, you know, what that guy said. It's like you're looking at the parent, and the parent, they ain't got no experience. It's the same shit in high school. You know, you're listening to your fucking father, uncles, and all that shit, but they don't come to practice. They don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, come to practice every day. You know what I mean? Like, see what's going on. See what the stuff your son don't do in practice. He can't remember this play. Because if you want to go to college, you know what I mean? Like, they talk about, you know, that's too many plays. At Morgan State, we had a sheet of fucking 28 plays. that the kids have to memorize. You know what I mean? If you want to be good, you got to memorize that shit. Sometimes you might not look like a play, but it's a fucking play. It's just, you know, like, but you know, you can't tell people that because they think they know every fucking thing because they listen to the Stephen A. Smiths and everybody else, or they hear somebody else say something, and they sometimes they hear it from somebody else and they try to translate it to their kid. Your kid ain't Steph Curry. Your kid ain't Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? It's only one. It's only one. It's only one. You know what I mean? Oh, he shoot the ball like Steph Curry. Oh, do you? Yeah, okay. And you can't, you know what I mean? Like you shoot by yourself, you can't make fucking 5 out of 10 by yourself. You shoot, you know, you shoot 20 to make 5. That's not Steph Curry. That's not Steph Curry like.
Yeah.
But is that ruining AAU? Like I said, because you know,
the lack of
shooting a logo 3, you know what I'm saying, or what have you. You understand what I'm saying? They're seeing this crossover and they're seeing this in and out and they're seeing the step back J and they're basically mimicking all that stuff, but there's no fundamentals. And
we
that's
did
what
it. We did it on the playground. See, we did that on the playground. We did that against each other. Then if we play against older people and that shit didn't work, they cuss us out or won't pick us no more. Yep. They don't have that no more. You know what I mean? So what I mean by coaches not teaching. You know, like if I go work somebody else, I don't want them to call me a trainer. I'm a developer. I develop your talent. You know what I mean? If I'm coaching you, I'm your teacher. I'm teaching you. And that's what is not happening now. That's the biggest issue with AAU because you got everybody walking around. I ain't never put coach on my fucking shirt or jacket in the back of my coat. You know what I mean? Like I don't need everybody to see I'm the coach, but that's what they need. That, you know, that self-assurance. There's nobody teaching. Like G said, he's taking his kids to Potomac Land and they out there playing and he teaching them how to play. That's fucking teaching. You know what I mean? Like I said, he need more guys like him out there teaching these guys. They ain't gotta be the best to teach. That's all. Because like, you know, like I look at my old high school coach. I'm like, oh, he really wasn't that good. That's as I got older. You know what I mean? But he taught me 1 or 2 things that I needed to succeed at the next level. That's what these guys are not getting. They ain't not getting taught when I talk about fundamentals. So before I went to Dunbar, I went to a school called Murray. Yeah, and the dude gave me all this footwork. Little white dude gave me all this footwork. I took that shit to my junior year and used it. That shit worked for me. Now I got a city kid that was raw with footwork.
And left-handed.
Right.
Yeah, and left-handed, right, with footwork. I shot the ball 99.9% with my motherfucking left hand. I know how to trick you to get to my left hand, but it's nobody's teaching and teaching and teach. It's like he said, the triple threat. He scored off the triple threat. When you see a kid do a triple threat anymore?
You don't.
The first thing they do is they dribble. It's the teaching part. It's the teaching. Keep doing what you're doing, G. Take them, because one day them kids gonna get it. They're gonna get it. It's teaching. You know what I mean? If I don't teach a kid, he'll never get it.
I keep hearing that shit. It'll come, and that shit be, man, going. I'll be gray head, going crazy, drinking like a motherfucker on them tournament trips, man.
That's the maturity part. It's the maturity part. Big John Thompson told me, he said, keep teaching. He said, as simple as throwing the ball into the post. And this is fucking Big East basketball. Because dudes couldn't throw it into the post.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Big East basketball. We had to teach them how to throw it into the post.
But that's actually a skill, Prue. People throwing the ball into the post. A lot of people just think you just throw it down there. No, it's actually a skill.
Yeah, right. It's a skill. Passing is a skill, but nobody passes the ball no more because all they do is dribble. They shoot. You know what I mean? So they can't, you know, Kobe, and you know, if you was in college and the guy was in front of you, he tipped the ball, you wasn't good enough to play. You wasn't good enough to play. If I'm guarding one of y'all and y'all forward and I keep tipping the ball, oh no, we're gonna get somebody else at that position. Rhythm. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But you know, G, whatever you're doing, eventually they'll get it. Maybe when they get to high school, they hear another voice. They be like, oh yeah, then they be ready for it. Don't get frustrated. Just keep doing what you're doing, because as small as that is, that shit work wonders. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Oh no, it gave me a work ethic because I take the same type of shit that I did with a basketball team to this family I got be in charge of, to my work as a maintenance worker. You utilize the same shit, man. I play my role and I get the job done. So as long as they get something, my kids just compete. win like a champion, lose like a champion, and then later on do the same thing for your kids and stay out of jail and not get killed.
But that's another thing. Compete. Nobody does that no more. Everybody want to be cool with everybody.
I hate
And
that.
it gets tough. You know what I mean? They can't handle it. You know.
I said that the other day, man. I said we live in a participation trophy era, man, where you know what, where when you lose, you're actually winning, man. You know what I'm saying? You get, your second place is like everybody's getting trophies and awards and stuff like that. If you're in second, third, and fourth, and I'm like, I just, I get it, but then again, I don't get it because that's not an era that I come from, and I don't understand this at all, bro.
The NBA did it. The fucking in-season tournament. What the fuck is an in-season tournament? That's just like fucking Christmas tournament to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. In-season tournament, the motherfuckers barely got in the playoffs.
They had to get LeBron one, man. They had to sneak that shit in, man. They knew he wasn't going to find the playoffs for real.
Hey, Kobe, Mo, anything you guys want to add?
No, I think I said it all last week.
Yeah, y'all did.
I think
it's not one thing that's wrong. It's a whole multiple.
I think it's a lot of shit that's wrong. To piggyback off of what G said, the parents should be. I don't think there's nothing wrong with the parents, like what G was saying, being one of the loudest people in the gym, supporting your son, especially G when you got that type of knowledge. Where the problem comes in, and what Pew was saying is, but goddamn. We got kids now looking directly at their parents before they even go to the coach. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where the problem comes in.
Nah, the problem come in when you got them parents. That ain't me.
That's what I'm. That's what I was saying.
But what I'm saying is, you do gotta let the goddamn coach.
Right.
If they some shit, then get up out of that program.
You don't need to be in the program.
But this the thing. If it go bad one tournament and they giving everything they got, they can coach some, they doing the fundamentals, they in the gym with your kid, you don't just cut and run and show your kid it's all right to jump ship every time shit get a little funky. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I get it.
Yeah.
You got to add some, Cole?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with everybody. Like, it's all about, I think summers, the off season is all about development. Learning the game, learning the fundamentals, getting better. And then you take those tools and you apply it to game situations. You know what I mean? Like, and I mentioned last week that I loved AAU in my era because it was more so playing for area pride or city pride. Wherever you was from, you competed against the best from other cities. We probably played 4 tournaments at the most over the summer. It wasn't no every weekend thing. And the rest of the time, we were all in the lab getting our game right. And I think that, I'm so blessed that I had my father teach me, he the best coach I ever had. He taught me the game. He taught me how the fundamentals, like I was getting ready for the NBA when I first learned how to play. Like everything I did, triple threat, jab step, 2-3 dribbles, get to my spots, pull up, all that stuff. I was, I was before my time doing that. When, like y'all was saying, a lot of people just getting it, start dribbling the ball, want to get to the crossover and stuff like that. Yeah, and then a lot of these young kids, they see like a Kyrie Irving or some of these guys with these fancy dribble moves and stuff, and they want to emulate that. But they got to understand all those fancy dribble moves started from the foundation of fundamentals. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Kyrie couldn't do those moves without the fundamental dribbling. You know what I mean? He had that first, and then he added all that stuff to it once he got his handle tight. But I just think, the AAU scene,
off the no bullshit though. Mm-hmm. I always thought Team Assault, Kurt Malone, Team Assault, team with DJ and Bogey and all them was the best team from top to bottom. But that motherfucker executive 3 team you was on, Slim, was something serious, man.
National champions. How long I've been shouting that, Fredo?
Who was
you
on
been
that
for a minute, bro.
How long I've been shouting that?
No bullshit, man.
No lies.
No, Bernard Robinson, Brian Chase, they was loaded, man. Dave Holmes, Dave Hawkins, Cliff Hawkins, They was loaded. But
Yeah.
I seen that picture, man. Who's on that motherfucking team, man?
The team, I think the team when we won the whole thing, it was the perimeter was me, Victor Page, and Louis
Mike
Bullock,
And Lou Bullock.
and then our big man was Big Dink, Big
Big Butter Bean.
and we had, so it was a combination between Mike Gill and Travis Lyons playing the power forward.
Big Travis, right?
Y'all had a
Mike
hard.
Gill gonna get that.
Yeah,
And we also had coming off the bench, who I think is the most underrated point guard in the
Kelly
history of
Taylor.
DC, because they don't talk about him enough, is Kelly Taylor. And people
Kelly
don't
Taylor.
know. Yeah, and people don't even know. Out of all of
Harold
us
Simons.
that was on first team All Met, he was the only
Taylor's
one that
nice.
made a team on Parade All American. Kelly, out of all of us, he was the only Parade All American on the first team All Met team. Out of all of us.
I was with Dallas Grassley, and I coached him. We played against Allen Iverson
Who?
Oh, at GW.
at GW. Yeah.
I was at that game.
Yeah.
I was at that game. Pagese was on y'all team.
Yeah. And Pagese.
Y'all was getting blown out by 20 and y'all came back.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Bama,
Louis Bullock.
Iverson had the Bama on the team, man. Hit his teeth on the rim, man, in the first couple minutes of the game.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
All right, look here, guys. We're gonna get to our last segment of the night, man. Then we're gonna be out of here, man. This is the No Cap Sports Show podcast question of the day by Brian Williams. What is your favorite ESPN 30 for 30 documentary and why? Starting with you, G.
Man, I can't get no favorite, man.
Okay.
I can give you a top 3.
Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
And the U 1 and 2 is I'm gonna count as 1. So you gotta put the U in there.
Yes.
That Big East, that Requiem of a Big East, man. That's number 2. Number 3. Said I gotta go with that motherfucking that Dream Team jump.
Yeah.
Hey
man, what you got, Prue? Favorite one.
The Benji Wilson.
Yeah, that was a good one.
One of the reasons why my cousin sent me a photo of my name being on the All-American thing.
Because y'all came up.
You was on that joke, Prue. I seen your name on that joke.
Yeah. He was a good dude, man. He could play. I don't know. They was comparing him then to Magic because he could bring the ball up court. A few of us at my height was bringing the ball up court back then. And he was good. And he was a cool dude. Like, he was really fucking cool.
Right.
And for them, for them to do that and how they did it. So I thought it was really,
okay.
I thought it was good.
What you got, O?
Shit, I can't go wrong with that Miami joint.
That's
like what G said, because I'm a football nigga, for sure. But I also like, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if they did one. I don't know if Jalen joint when they did the Fab Five joint. I don't know if that was a 30 for 30.
Nah, you count that. You can count that because
count it, bro.
That's the same.
Can.
It's the same thing with the Dream Team joint.
Yeah, I like that Fab Five joint. So that that's mine. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. So I like them. That's a tough question right there because it's been so many.
It is.
All of them good.
Yeah. What you got, Mo?
Oh man, I have to be like G, man. I can't give you one. I had to give you like 3. So Brian Williams stole mine at Pony Express. That was before my time.
Oh yeah, that motherfuckers can run that motherfucking ball.
And get paid.
Absolutely.
And get paid. Yeah.
The second one for me was Dion Double Play to get the context behind him playing in the World Series and playing an NFL game. And then the last one, because he's my favorite football player, is Vic. Even though I knew the story, I knew some people from Newport News, but it's still good to see it documented.
Facts. What you got, Cobra?
I'm just like the rest of the fellas, man. 30 for 30, so vicious. It's hard to pick one.
It is.
I like the Bad Boys, Pistons. I love that 30 for 30 story. Also Vlade Divac, Drazen Petrovic story. How they were close friends and then they were separated
I gotta go
because of
back
the
and look
war.
at that.
Yeah, the war between their countries. So that fucked up their friendship. But Prue really took my shine because my favorite is the Benji Wilson 30 for 30. So I had an opportunity to meet Benji back in the day. So a lot of people don't know my background. I moved out to the Midwest as a youngin, way before I started playing basketball. I started off as a tennis player. So I was at Hyde Park athletic facility, practicing tennis, right? Out in Chicago. And downstairs they had racquetball courts, and they made one of the racquetball courts into a basketball court. So they had to hoop in the racquetball joint. So me and a bunch of other little kids down in the racquetball court just playing around. So let's say hour later, you get this whole crew of these 6'6", 6'7", 6'8" Bammers come up in the racquetball court in their warm up in their uniforms, Simeon basketball uniforms, and it was Benji Wilson, Nick Anderson. It was some other dudes. It was some other dudes that was popular in Chicago, and they all had us like kneeling down in the lane, and they jumping over our head, dunking and stuff like that. So that was my first introduction to Benji Wilson. So when that story came out, 30 for 30, just brought back a lot of good memories. Like, dang, man, I met that dude when I was like 8 years old or something like that.
Yeah. Now, like you guys said, man, all of them are good, man, and all of the ones that you guys mentioned, man, you're right, man, could be favorites of mine. But one that I that I really like, you know what I'm saying, but it still hurts me to look at. Is Without Bias, the one about Len Bias.
Yeah, that's the joint I don't watch. I don't watch
because that joint right there. Because I remember where I was. I remember where I was. You know what I'm saying? The morning that I was notified, and I saw it on the news, and my grandmother was telling me and stuff like that, man. And I just cried like a goddamn baby, man. Because like I said, man, I love that guy game, man. I really did. Georgetown Hoyas all day long, but man, when that Bama came on the scene with University of Maryland, and them, with Keith Gatlin and all those guys, man. I mean, he was just. I just wish, like Mo, I wish you was able to see him, man. I really do, bro. I mean, we can talk about Jordan all day long or what have you, and Jordan deserve all the accolades and stuff like that. But I'm talking about from a collegiate standpoint, man. He was one of the best that I've ever seen. I mean, a pretty release. I mean, he had everything. He had everything.
Yeah, I played against him my freshman year, and I remember, but even before that, when I was in high school, I was close with Adrian Branch, and he brought him up. He was like, "Yeah, the young fella he started developing. We're gonna be all right." And he was one of the few people that you couldn't get to his jump shot because his feet was so far off the ground, man. And,
real jump shot.
Real shot.
PG County.
Yeah, he worked on that joint. He couldn't dribble worth shit, but he can get that one spot, one dribble pull up.
That's it.
But the saddest part was his brother. His brother played with us in the coalition. Me, Sherman, Douglas, Manute Bowl. And
Jay Bias.
We had a game Sunday at 4. We had that prime time game, and then the day before he got killed at the mall over some bullshit.
And bro, I just left the mall. My grandmother used to live in those apartments behind the mall. And like I said, me and my mom just left the mall probably about an hour and a half before that happened, man.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. That shit was crazy. That was some bullshit. Just like Benji Wilson. We all know people got killed over some bullshit. And you know who the person was. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Talking and flirting for a girl that was never going to fucking be with you anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
always, always, it's either money or girl. You're absolutely right, man. Which is a sad reality at the end of the day, man. Yeah. But nah, man, this was a great show tonight, man. I appreciate you guys coming out to vibe with us and all that other bull crap, man. Talking your stuff, man. Like I said, this is home to you guys. Anytime you guys want to come on and vibe with us, man. Hey, just say less at the end of the day.
Man, I ain't nothing but a short call away, man. You know where to find me.
Bad.
Yes,
That's what's up. We look out to all the viewers and listeners. We appreciate you vibing with us tonight. Also, you catch the audio version of this podcast on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcast. With that being said, on behalf of all of us, good night.
Salute.
No Cap Sports Show, where sports and combos collide.